You know you should do it. You know you want to do it, but you don't do it. Because the same thing that is holding you back in your business is the same thing that is holding you back from having a cellular regression with Terry Earthwind Nichols.
Cellular regression. How does this work? I want you to take a moment, go back to a safe place in your mind, that place that gives you security and fond memories. But as you get there, think of which one of your 5 senses heightened you when you remembered that place. Take your sense of smell. You're in your grandmother's kitchen. You smell fresh baked bread. We will then go through a series of questions to describe what the scene looks like with your senses as a guide and not simply your conscious and subconscious synchronization or thought communication. Once we have this place fully described, you, the client, then take me as your navigator back in time without the use of hypnosis or any other technique to alter your conscious thoughts. I have found when the conscious and subconscious are the primary means of recalling thoughts, we cannot remember certain psychosomatic events that have plagued us for all of our adult lives. Cellular regression is a technique that uses cellular memory as a primary means of recall. Cellular memory can best be described this way. When you get a mosquito bite, it itches, and you scratch the affected area. When you apply the salve to soothe the itching, 2 things happen. You stop itching the affected area, and most of the itch goes away. What do I mean when I say most of the itch goes away? The affected area still itches, and the cells around the area are recalling the feeling of the itch, or what we call cellular memory. Now, cellular memory plays a significant role in a cellular regression, in that we use the 5 senses to tap into the cell's memory rather than the mind, where the memory of the psychosomatic events are stored. Why do we do this? So we can circumvent normal channels of thought and bypass tags, filters, and blocks we are searching for, and ultimately find the door where we can then gain entrance to these events and neutralize them permanently. Let's go back to my bread example. Let's dissect it and see how we can utilize the teaching. First, the client smells baking bread, then focuses on what else the memory brings forward, using the smell as the driver for this memory. Second, by the client describing the memory in detail using their senses, we can then look for emotions associated with the memory that may be unpleasant and neutralize the emotion, making this memory just another page in the client's history book. Now, here's where common practices end and where cellular regression, CR, begins. We hold on to the emotion associated with the memory and follow it to another event that the emotion is also attached to. When we get there, we key in on another sense that has heightened just before we arrived at the new event. Again, keying in on the senses allows us to use the cellular memory and not the conscious thought process. Now, we go through the same procedure as we did just a moment ago to identify the emotion or emotions associated with this memory, still holding on to the previous emotion that brought us there. Once we find the door into the emotional connection again, we neutralize this memory as before, being careful to hold on to the current emotion. Following the process again and again until we discover that foundational psychosomatic event we are looking for. This process may take more than 1 CR to accomplish. Usually 2 or 3 CRs are needed, depending on each client and the severity of their past. Once we are certain we have neutralized all the psychosomatic events, or came to a point where emotions of our client were too great to go further, we then return to the present and celebrate our successes. Each subsequent CR gives the client a clearer and clearer picture of who they are, who they really are in terms of that 3 to 6-year-old child, the original you, who is without fear and ready for anything. The person who is now in control of their history book without the baggage they once carried. After each CR, we go through a process of identifying who this new person is and what strengths they possess that can make them both a better person and the success they deserve to be. For more information, please contact us at Evolutionary Healer and schedule a complimentary session to discuss the blocks that are holding you back.